Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Copper Jacket TV. So this is definitely one of those videos where I want your feedback. If you wouldn't mind, leave a comment down in the comment section and let me know what you guys think about this. So every once in a while I will update you on new things that have been added to the California handgun roster since micro stamping is no longer required and we've started seeing new things be added fairly frequently. Sometimes it's cool stuff, sometimes it's stuff that nobody really cares about. Well, this time, California has added the first smart gun to the roster. It is the BioFire. Let's talk about it. This video is proud to be sponsored by American Hartford Gold. Listen, if there is one thing that those of us in the firearms community understand, it's that you cannot rely on the government for your protection. Not with your life, and especially not with your wealth. Look, throughout our lifetime, the dominance of the US dollar was unquestioned, but that may be changing. As we face unprecedented inflation, the world's biggest economies are ditching the dollar for the yen. Banks are failing left and right, and the government is discussing a total control of all of your money with the new digital dollar. Don't let your life savings become a casualty of failing corporations or currency wars. Now is the time to call the only precious metal dealer that I trust, American Hartford Gold. They'll show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your wealth portfolio with physical gold and silver. With the finest products, amazing customer service, and a buyback commitment, American Hartford Gold has a 5-star rating from thousands of reviews and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau. American Hartford Gold supports content like this that is committed to bringing you the truth. Tell them I sent you and they'll give you up to $5,000 of free silver on your first order, so call them now. Click the link in the description or call 866-856-2507. That's 866-856-2507 or text COPPER to 65532. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the BioFire being added to the roster. Now, I looked at the roster a couple days ago to see if anything new had been added, and this is the only new thing that had been added since the last time I gave you guys the update when Shadow Systems was added. Now, the BioFire was added on February 4th, and I kind of remember something about it from maybe a year ago where there was some videos and I saw some pictures and stuff like that, but I didn't really know much about it. A quick Google search will tell you everything you need to know about this. And there's a couple videos from maybe like a year ago here on YouTube that you can check out as well. But it's basically what it says it is. It is a smart gun. It uses biometrics and facial recognition in order to operate. It won't operate without at least one of those two things. So it needs, your fingerprint, just like your phone, right? It has a little fingerprint scanner on it, like a safe. And on the back, it has a little camera that will recognize your face so that even if your finger's not on it, it'll still see that it's you and it'll unlock it and so forth. So it's one of those, ultra safe things that you're supposed to be able to get without worrying about somebody else being able to access it. So with that being said, I can see why the California DOJ added that to the roster, but I have a big problem with it. Not just the technology aspect of it. The technology aspect of it absolutely bothers me. My phone doesn't work all the time. The radio in my truck sometimes goes dark. The screen just goes black for no apparent reason. I'll put my finger on my safe and I'll have to do it once or twice or maybe even 3 times before it actually works correctly. My tablet, sometimes I have the same problem with the fingerprint scanner, and there's all sorts of stuff. Even the facial recognition on my phone, which is reading my face 24 hours a day when I'm using it, sometimes doesn't pick up my face. Pair of sunglasses, a hat, something that I've done, shave my beard, whatever it is, sometimes it just does not work. And so technology is absolutely an issue. But the other issue I have with it is because politicians say stuff like this.
Lastly, we should have smart guns. No gun should be able to be sold unless your biometric measure could pull that trigger. It's within our right to do that. We can do that.
So they would like everything to have this smart technology, and that's a huge problem. As a matter of fact, there's actually states out there that had a special clause that said once this technology becomes available, then nothing else would be allowed to be transferred in the state. Only things with smart technology. And so that's a big problem. Thankfully, those states rolled those regulations back. And so that's not in effect, because if it were, and now that this is an option that's available out there, that would be it. But this is something that politicians absolutely want moving forward. Now, obviously, this is all just my opinion, but expanding on the issues that I have with the technology, I feel like there are certain circumstances where this would not be there when you needed it the most. So it has a facial recognition, has a fingerprint scanner. It actually knows when you're holding it. It knows when you pick it up. It knows when you put it down and so forth. but not everything requires it to be in front of your face, right? Not everything requires a certain type of grip. So if you're up close, if you're on the ground, if you have it kind of down here in your side or something like that, and you're not able to grip it the way that you need to grip it for that fingerprint scanner, well, how's it going to rely on the facial recognition? It's down here. The camera's pointing down at the crook of my arm, right? It's down here in the corner, or maybe it's muddy. Maybe I'm down at a different angle, or I've moved, or I'm up against something. In those scenarios, I still need to use it, but it's not going to recognize my face or my finger. So that's obviously a problem. And if you just let me put my tinfoil hat on for just a second, which I don't do very often, what if, let's say, a 3-letter agency decided to send a strongly worded letter saying, hey, we need you to lock these people out? Would they do it? Is it possible to do that? I assume it would be, simply by, blocking or deleting the biometrics that have been stored. That could be something that you could do. And that to me is also a problem. Now you have other people who can gain access to the operation. And I think that's a huge problem. Now, obviously, that's just a hypothetical. I don't know if that's even possible, if they could do that. But it's something that I think about. That's just what crosses my mind. Not to mention the fact that these things run on batteries, and I'm notoriously bad at recharging, well, pretty much anything unless it's my camera battery. So if you want my complete, honest opinion, I think it's dumb. I think it's stupid. I'd like to know your opinion about it. But again, it was added to the roster February 4th, so it's an option. Anyway, want to thank you guys all very much for watching. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about it. You guys have a good one.